So thank you, Ken. And I'm also pleased to have Michelle Kane with us this morning. Michelle is the principal with Voice Matters, and she has, I inherited you as a board member when I started.
Yes, you did.
And have developed a fantastic relationship with Michelle over the years. So I wanted her to talk a little bit this morning also.
Very good.
Thank you, Steve. It's always a pleasure to speak at these events because the Chamber has been very important to me. Tiny bit of my story is I have been a communicator my entire career. Started out in intern in television, started out on the agency side where it's funny, I look back at the photos from that time and I thought we looked like a rockin' sitcom, but had a lot of fun on the agency side and then went into nonprofit communications management, and that was a very varied and interesting 15-year journey that sadly ended when the nonprofit side put the non and nonprofit at the best time possible during the 2008-2009 recession. So there I was kind of sitting in a half-paid free fall thinking, oh my gosh, what do I do? So I thought, you know what, let's LLC this thing and see what happens. So I dusted off the name that I had given to my then infant voiceover notion, which I still kind of practice, but it's the mechanics car of my world, called Voice Matters. And the part of my nonprofit that was able to pay me allowed me to morph them into a client, and it just really grew from there. So, my main tenet has always been that business is relationship, right? We're here to help each other. And that's how I move throughout my day-to-day. And so although I initially joined the Chamber in a very mercenary way, because way back in the day, they offered health insurance, group health insurance. And that was one of the main benchmarks of me saying, okay, I can do this on my own. And it got me through the first couple of years, and then when that phased away, it actually transitioned rather, fine. So still insured. Anyway, so that was a very mercenary thing, but since I couldn't just sit back, I said, I have to get involved. And honestly, that was probably the best thing I ever did, because that's how we get to know each other. And I know we're all super busy, but to echo what Ken said, I would say find something in some way, get involved, whether that's the golf outing committee. You're totally welcome to hang with us on the marketing committee, which I chair. We're meeting quarterly now, so it's not so bad, and it is Zoom, so not a terrible thing. And it's really, for me, joining the Chamber also was a way to establish myself, because by that point I was in the comms world for 20 plus years, but as a new company, you're a totally unknown entity. They can say, yeah, sure, you did all that stuff, right? So joining the Chamber for me was an opportunity to really say, yes, I'm credible. This is what I can do for you. And it puts you in the room with people who can make the connections, and you can just be helpful. So it's pretty much all I have to say. Just echoing what Ken said, get involved, take advantage of the services. And also I will also say, Steve is always open to new ideas. So if you see something in our business world that, a need that really isn't being met, especially in these ever-changing times where we feel like we're pivoting every 3 months, throw out the suggestion, because honestly, at the end of the day, we're all here to help each other succeed.
Thank you.